We're going to an episode of Life Stories at Marty. And thank you to our listeners here and all over the world. And happy 2026. This is our sixth series. And today I have a special guest, Joe Byrne, born in Carlow, served in the army in the Congo and Cypress 1963 to 65. Went to Australia, then immigrated to Australia. Has an amazing story. So I'm not going to waste your time. Let's cross over. He actually lives local to me, so let's cross over with Joe and listen to his story. You can read the description also. Joe, what a pleasure. Thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, pleasure, Marty.
Yeah, we've heard your bio. So, Joe, you're born in County Carlow.
Yes.
County Kildare in Carlow. Yeah, myself on the Curragh camp.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about yourself for the audience here worldwide.
Yeah, well, I was born in Conaberry, County Carlow,
Yeah,
and when I was 3 years of age, my granny brought me for a holiday up to her place about 4 or 5 miles away,
yeah,
and there she held on to me, and then she sent me to Garra Hill School when I was 6 years of age, which is another few miles away.
yeah.
And so seeing my parents here and there, like in between times, and it
And
was
sorry, Joe, why did you go and live with your grandmother, not your parents?
well, my granny they had a couple of kids they had at the time, my parents.
Yeah.
And the granny thought she'd do no favour, like by taking me away for a little bit of a holiday, for a bit of a rest for the
Hmm.
mother and father.
Hmm.
And so it turned out that's where I stayed for quite a few years. Hmm. So I had four other sisters and two brothers, and one of the brothers actually passed away there about 2 years ago.
No, sorry.
Yeah, and so I went to send me to school up in Garra Hill, and
And what was that like? What was school like for you as a?
really enjoyed school. I wasn't a very well educated in school, but I enjoyed school. And the teacher there was in the music and all that. And so she had tin whistle band going, and we used to go up to Radio Byrne once a year with the band. Hmm. And then we got sweets and sweet cakes and all that. So we thought that was great, like you know. Hmm.
And where did the musical side come there? You were in the
Well,
school choir as well. Where did the musical side? Is that from your mum or your dad, or?
well, not too sure. I'm not very musical myself either. Yeah. Mm. But the teacher lady, she was very good. She was like that for she was very beautiful. She was, and so
Yeah.
she always had dancing at the school, or she had the whistle band going, like you know. And they played a couple of times once a year up in Radio Byrne, and all that sort of stuff. And then when I was 14, time to leave school,
Yeah.
um, the granny said to me, Joe, you're going to have to help your uncle up in the shop up in Bell. That's a few miles away.
Yeah.
And Uncle Jim said because my father had a forge, and so had my uncle. So the uncle said, "Well, I think Joe, you better go into Keynes and Bagnestown and learn some welding and all that." The
Hmm.
granny said, "No, he's going to work with his Uncle Johnny up at the shop." So Robert the granny said, "That was it. She was the she was the boss."
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
understand that. And you stayed there for quite a bit, didn't you?
yeah. And in the meantime, I used to go up to this farmer's place up in South. It was only 5 minutes away, and there's actually an invalid man in the bed upstairs to us. And now the end we used to empty his potty and that out to the window upstairs.
Hmm.
And so he was very chatty man. He was the invalid in the bed. And so this particular Sunday morning, this chap I used to go to school with, upstairs like and said to him, "How does the man shoot himself?" And it turned out the farmer had left one gun behind he had. And the chap was found dead that afternoon. which is a
My
really shock to
God.
the whole office. Only 12 years of age. So that it stuck in my memory for a long time.
I was going to say, how did that affect you? Being a young fella,
Oh,
kind of.
really, really shocked because he used to so funny come home from school along with us and all that.
Yeah.
And really knew him really well, like So I was probably about 10 or 11 at the time. Yeah.
That still sticks in your mind to this
Oh
day.
my word, yeah.
God, God.
Yeah. So ended up working for the uncle, then up in the shop going sort of mobile shop he had.
Yeah,
Going out
yeah,
selling groceries like and all that.
yeah,
And so I'm about 16 now, 17. I wasn't that happy there, I wasn't. So this friend of mine come into the shop and said, she had a brother in England you had.
yeah.
I said, I had a chance to be able to go to your brother in England, like, But she said something in the So now to the Mrs. Doyle and one Monday morning, Mrs. Doyle had a pub down in my shop. So I asked her for a load of £1. So we head off to England. So she gave me £1 in the hand. Away I went.
You were 17, wasn't it? You're only a young fella.
That's right, yeah. Yeah, head off to England, yeah.
Yeah.
So I stayed there for about 12 months, doing bits and pieces here and there. Then I come back to Ireland again. And
Go back a little bit there. What did you like about London?
no,
Was
this is up in the north of England, this was.
right, yes. Yeah,
So
sorry, in
next
England.
to
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
north of England, yeah. That's the first time I went.
yeah.
And so I stayed there for about 12 months. I wasn't happy there, so I come back home again. And so started back with the uncle again, believe it or not. And they're there for another probably 12 months. And headed off to England again. And stayed there for another. Then I was actually down in London by this time, and working for Whitby. And stayed there for 12 months, and this is no good. So I come back to Ireland again, and I'm heading towards 19. Then it was that I only wanted for that join the army, and because I wanted to be, but the officer sort of smoking cigarettes, like and having a few drinks and all that. I wanted to be fit, and working for the uncle wasn't doing me any good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the only one thing to do was to join the army. So
And tell us the story of going because we know each other. Tell me the story of going to the Curragh because obviously you know I was born on the Curragh and lived there till I was
yeah, that's right.
16.
Yeah.
Tell us that story, please.
Well, I left I went down to that Bridges place because Granny had died at this time. So now I'm down to Bridges place, and I said, I had a chance of a loan of £1, like I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm going to the Corps." I said, "I'm going to join the army." Oh, she said, "Oh my God!" Because her granddad said, "I'd rather see somebody going to the graveyard than join the army," like So, so anyway, I popped in my bike and went to Bangladesh to the railway station, and I don't know if the bike is still there or not. There's 1963 that was. Got up to the Curragh, and I'm not too sure went to Kildare, or I'm not too sure whether in Kildare or Newbridge. I'm not too sure which. Is there a railway station in Kildare? Is there?
Yeah, you've got in. You probably would have got off in Kildare. There is
Yeah,
Newbridge, but you probably so I'm not sure if there's New. Yeah, it does
yeah,
stop at Newbridge, but you would have got off in Kildare, I would imagine.
yeah. Then I walked to the Curragh and I said to the bloke, "How did you join the army?" And he said, "Come along with me." She actually brought me up to McDonough Barracks,
Yes, yep, indeed.
and so I said, there was actually two spare beds in the spinet there was. And with all the rest of the boys there, but they were actually trained in the work. They went down the barracks. And he said you have to wait for a few weeks to get sworn in, like, and all that sort of stuff. So I was just there as a civilian for the first few weeks. But this little corporal, he would train these boys how to march and all that sort of stuff. And he was giving them absolutely hell, he was. So they said to me, how are you so stupid joining the bloody army, you idiot, Go home
I
for
was going
Christ's
to,
sake, will you?
I was going to ask you, Joe, where did you come up in your head of joining the army? Where did you
I
when did
always
you
wanted to
put
be.
that?
I always I thought about the grandfather, I suppose. He's saying
Yeah.
he'd rather see somebody because he was in the First World War. He was.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So that was that's probably where the army was always in my mind, sort of. Apart from getting fit and all that sort of stuff, like.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the place to do.
yeah, yeah.
Yep. And said his corporal giving him hell he was. And then me, oh, for Christ's sake, don't. I was laughing like I thought it was great. They were getting a march up and down and sideways. That was great. So I've been down the barracks for a couple of weeks, and then they sent me down to the third battalion. And that's where I got my uniform, like, and got sworn in, like, and all that. And I started my training, what have you. I really enjoyed that. I really enjoyed all the training.
Train. Now you did on the Curry, didn't you?
That's right, on the Corrie, yeah, yeah. So the
Yeah,
time you stay there for,
that was our playground
yeah, yeah, yeah,
as a
yeah.
kid. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's very
And
funny. One year we were back. Very funny. One year we were back in for holidays from Australia, and
yeah,
one of the daughters, I showed him where the quarter was and all that.
yes.
Someone that said, "Dad, is this where you played army?" Yeah, yeah. So, so there you go.
uh,
Yeah. So
and
anyway,
tell us,
I done my
carry
six
on,
months.
please. Carry
I
on. We're
done I
listening.
done my 6 months training,
Yeah,
and in between that times, I think we used to go up to Clancy Barracks. I did go up to Clancy Barracks and met some of the other blokes come back from the Congo and all that with the gear and maybe give them a hand if you know what I mean. Yeah.
yeah,
And then finished my 6 months training down to Glen Mal and all that sort of stuff. And I was fit as a many boat, like, at the time.
yeah, yeah.
And then they're looking for people to go to the Congo door. So I volunteered to go to the Congo. And then done my training for that, like, and headed up the Congo.
What was that like, Joe?
From the Congo, when I think it was Sabina Airlines that flew us out. And I remember going over the Sahara Desert. Yeah. And this plane just went, dropped about 100 miles, like. So you go, bloody hell, probably won't make it, like. Anyway, I got to the Congo, like, and we landed in a little bit. And then we got went by trucks from there to Colwezi.
Mm,
And the first impression I got was went into this big hut, and there was all these squares of bread there was to eat, and absolutely millions and millions of flies all over the bread there was. Absolutely
mm,
millions.
mm.
So the next day the place was fumigated, like, and all that, and sorted that out. And then we started doing our job, like doing with brownies. I used this snake boats when we go on patrols and all that,
Yeah,
in case you get bitten by a snake, like.
yeah,
Did all this patrols, a lot of stuff and that, and then I think we left that part for Weezy. Then we went to another camp, and the other camp was near the place called Lullaby Lake,
yeah,
where the other camp was. And there was a bridge there that was crossing the Lullaby River, and that was our job because there's Congolese folks, they were guarding the bridge as well. But the word that they might stop some of the Belgians and all that, and maybe rob them or do whatever they're going to do. So our job sort of stay there along with them, like. And make sure they didn't harm anybody.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
And,
yours was because you came in. I think yours is 63, wasn't it? My
63,
dad
yeah.
was there in Jarrettville, in and the platoon before he was in the 54s. Yeah, did you have there? And I want to go into Cyprus, so it's a double whammy. You can dovetail into it.
Mm.
Two things is, and let you carry on. Is what was your good moments in those, and was there any scary moments or stuff that maybe as a young fella you shouldn't have seen?
Not really. There was one time there that these two Belgians got them and shot this pretty high falutin minister of some sort.
Yeah.
And then they started bloody smashing all the windows in Colweezy like a ram. And so I remember we were there like the officer was saying do this and do that, whatever. And this captain Tumbley said, get to that fucking trucks and get out to the town. The place has been people being killed, like, you know. So I hopped in the trucks and away went into Colweezy. And then any place where the Belgians, we sort of throw like another hand. No. So they were kept safe and whatever. That was a bit of a tested time, that was. So we're standing in the grass probably as long as the freaking fire than ourselves, like, you know. And sort of protecting people and that. Rather than that was not really that, you know, I think when you're 19 you don't really care that much, you know.
Did you think it changed you? Did you come back a different man? Did you come back a different man?
But I really enjoy. I just enjoyed the army full of stuff, you know. Just to enjoy it. Yeah. And then another time I went to the on the patrol up to Angola border. Yeah. And that took probably maybe 2 or 3 or 4 days. I'm not too sure how much. Because there's all these gendarmerie and that were causing a bit of trouble there. So yes. I sort of chased them up to the Angolan border, and then we're searching this camp. So many were searching the camp. Then the rest of us sort of surrounded the camp, so nobody could escape and all that. Yeah. And there was a bloody big elephant grass, talking about 6 foot high it was. Then you're standing in this elephant grass like you think, yeah. But some of the boys said that in some of the old wooden huts, when they went into them, people there with leprosy. Some of the locals, like, you know. So that was, yeah.
And I think ants was a big thing, wasn't it? Very dry, so ants.
Oh, there was ants everywhere, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
very dry country, like, you know.
And then you came back, and then you went to Cyprus. But any more you want to tell me about the Congo, please, Fee. This is so continue your story without me having to keep going in there.
Yeah, well, the Congo, that was sort of all just doing Jewish and all that sort of stuff. And, you know, and one particular time, we were at that lake, Lullaby, what we call it. There's a pub at the far side of us. And it was a little small boat that the local just use for shooting alligators or crocodiles, whatever. So some of the boys decided to hop into the little boat, like, you know, and row across to where the pub was.
Good idea.
Yeah, with bats they play no, the little small bats. Use that for as freaking paddles, you know. Yeah, so across to the pub, like, you know, have your beers and all that. All get back safe. So I said the blocks that I told you about another 2 blocks. That was from that before another 2 blocks that was along with me that trained them into the Congo. And there's one chap I still keep in touch with him. And he was saying to the other chap, he got dementia, so I didn't ring him there during the year. Yeah, I just didn't remember him, but like, you know. So lucky I got a bit of a brain, I suppose.
Well, and then going on to Cyprus, what was that like?
Yeah, I come back then, and we had about probably 3 or 4 weeks off, I think. And so actually, I started working in the CS's office. You need someone to do the paperwork and all that in the morning. After about 3 days, he said somebody's actually pulled out going to Cyprus. He said, would you like to go? Yeah, no worries, yeah. So I went down like and started planning to go to Cyprus. Head off to Cyprus and that, and Cyprus, I love the country, like, you know, even though there's a war, the trucks and the Greeks and all that. Yeah. And I remember one time we're up in the hills in it. That's all the trucks you have to look after the sheep and all that, and goats and whatever. And then we happened to be down on this roadblock with the Greek Cypriot police and all that. And gee, I said, I wish you were back up along with up in the hills, like, with all the other blokes. So you like the trucks, you don't like us, do you not? Yeah. So, but that was all just doing Dewey like that sort of stuff like that. And so I swore after that I'd to we get back to Cyprus, it was stayed single.
You were still single.
Pardon?
You were still single. Did you say that?
Yeah, I said if I was still single, I probably would have went back, but that didn't
I was
happen.
gonna. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're going to marry your beautiful wife soon, but finish on within Cyprus there, please, Joe.
So there's nothing really. We might be the last people that went to Cyprus as well, I think.
Yeah, my dad did 5-2s in Cyprus.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm back from Cyprus second that, and I think I had another 6 months to go in the army. So we're doing a lot of Jewish down at the compound down in Cora.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, so we're doing a lot of Jewish down there. I like to have my weekends off. So I think I might join the PAs, like so done the policeman's course. But that meant I was doing the course during the week, and then I had the weekends off. So I finished up being a military policeman.
Wow. And where did you serve as a
Well, I was
military?
on the Cora.
On the Curragh. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And then my 3 year was up, and I thought really enjoyed it. Fantastic 3 years. And I was, probably move on, like, and yeah, do something else. Yeah.
And did you find, because I know you got the Peacekeepers
Yeah.
medal,
Yeah.
and yeah, um, did you ever miss it afterwards, or the camaraderie, or the excitement, or any of that?
No, I think that so I really enjoyed the 3 years that I was there. To me, that was probably just about enough. No,
Yeah,
because it's very regimental. Everything all regimental, the whole lot, and all that,
yeah, yeah.
And so I thought it'd be good to get a little bit of freedom, like. So when 3 years was up, oh, I went.
Now you went back to London, didn't you?
I left, went back to I think I stayed back maybe at the uncle's again for another couple of weeks. Then I
Yeah,
head off to England. Yep.
yeah. And then
And
you met Mary.
that's right. Yeah, yeah. Met Mary there and
Tell us the story when you met Mary, and go from there with the kids.
Well, he went to a dance in Harrison, and then
Yeah,
pregnant on. Owen actually went home for a couple of weeks holidays with this bloke from Carlow. And I came back like in that, and went to dance. Quite a few beers in my head. And, so the wife said to some of her friends, she said, "Look, I went there a couple of weeks ago." I said, "It looks like him anyway." Yeah. So anyway, the dancing again like in that. So I asked her to see her the next day with the son, and so we met in Shepherd's Bush. She probably won't turn up, like. And anyway, she turned up like in that, and so we started going out. And
I
so
know
she said,
Shepherd's Bush. I lived in Shepherd's Bush. I worked at the
"Yeah,
BBC
yeah, yeah,
television centre one
yeah."
time.
So she said, "We go up there." She said, "My friends expect me to get a taxi." So I'm sorry. I said, "You won't be at 9 taxis with me. You won't." I said, "The bus will have to do." Yeah. So then we got married and all that. And after 9 months, and yeah, so we stayed there for about what 3 or 4 years, I suppose.
And were your children born there?
We had two kids. Yeah, we had Frank, the son of ours. He was about 3. Then our daughter Bernadette, she was probably
Yeah.
about 2. And I said, this place, I said, is no good for no, for bringing up family. This is in Shepherd's Bush. And she actually loved London. She did. I
Yeah,
said, I
yeah.
said, where I go to South Africa. I said, back to Byrne. I said, we're going to go to Byrne. They were seen as in lad for Australia. I said, that's where we'll go. And And you
That
had
was
to
the
come to the
10
street.
pound, the
The
10,
10
10
pound, the
bob.
10 pound Tom, 10 pound box. Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
right. Yeah. Mm. So I come out in that scheme like that, and Mary, she was absolutely just hated this place, didn't like the place at all. She met her sister was in London, in Shepherd's Bush as well as she was,
Yeah.
and so she really missed her other sister-in-law. And after about 5 years, I think it was, I went back for a holiday, and that sort of settled her down. Then after that, she was happy, like. Mm.
Wow.
So she got a job here, cleaning, detailing cars and all that. And she was
Yeah,
there in the more, she was there in the more in mind than me.
yeah.
Yeah. Mm. So I've been here for since 1970. I think we come here 1970. So now we got
1970.
four kids and 12 grandkids and two great grandkids we have.
Yeah, I seen that. I'm thinking, God, you were a busy man as well
Yeah,
after your
yeah,
10 pound job. Is
yeah.
do you want to? I know a couple of your children, obviously Carmel, who's shooting this,
He's
is
young, yep, yeah.
name out your kids and see if you can do this because I've got three ex-wives, six kids, and I get their names wrong all the time. So I'm going to give you a quiz here. So I
Yep.
want all your kids, first of all, your four kids.
Yeah. That's Frank.
Yep.
Byrne, yes. Rosie's actually back in Ireland. She married an Irish bloke. She did.
Oh,
She living in Monaghan.
wow, beautiful part of the
Yeah,
Ireland.
yeah. And Carmen. Yeah, she's
Okay.
living in
And
Langbourne.
your second question is your grandkids.
Yeah. That's a good one. Got well, there's three in Ireland. There's Seamus, Eddie, and Brody.
Yep.
Uh, and then Frank's got three. Maddie, Lucky, and Liam. Bernard's got three. Josh, Neve, and Leah. And Cameron's got three boys. Yes. Zach, he's in Vietnam at the moment. Zach, Corey, and Ollie.
Wow.
And then they got two great grandkids.
Yes.
No, don't ask me their names. Two great grandkids. I can't. Couldn't think at the moment.
They're too young to remember anyway. I won't show them this.
Yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
fun. And also, I just wanted to go in. I'd written out a couple of notes, but uh, like everything that you've done, and then you moved to Australia. What was your life like from the minute you came and then married in Australia? What was that like for you? The transition is what I'm trying to come out with.
It was no, I just enjoyed the country. Country's good, like. And they said at the start that there'd be no weekend. If you go to Australia, so if a couple of people, there has to be weekend work.
Yeah.
So like basically I had a job straight away, and work from over doing Asheville, like, and all that sort of stuff. And, then I got a job at this firm in South Melbourne. I did on tennis courts and car parks and all that. So I stayed with them for nearly 40 years. With one
In
firm,
Port Melbourne or South Melbourne?
South Melbourne. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So money wasn't good, but they were good firm, like. Um, the wages. I wanted to go working on my own now, and Mary said, "You are not. You're staying where you are, and that's it." So, yeah. And then the grandson of mine, Liam,
Yes,
he said, "Granddad," he
I
said,
know
I need to
Liam.
know. I said, "I need to know your history, Granddad." I said, "Don't worry about it." I said, he rang up the court looking on that. They couldn't get nothing. So said Liam said nothing, just a pretty boring old life. Then of course they got in touch with this Paul Clark, and
Yeah,
then
that's
one Sunday
right.
after,
Paul, yeah.
then then one Sunday afternoon, everybody was here. What's everybody doing? So he got this. I'd actually had a UN badge thing on the thing up in the frame. I didn't have a blue cap on
Yeah.
that. So Paul he sent us all his no the gear thing, and all the records in the army, like in where I was in Cyprus and Congo, and big box of the road, That was a big surprise, that was. Yeah.
Now, Paul's a good man. And then
Pardon?
also, I have spoken to Liam, who's
Yeah, yeah.
obviously a lovely guy, which is really going out of it. It must have been an honor as well to get the Peacekeepers Medal, because
Oh, sure, yeah,
that's
oh yeah.
a huge thing. Um,
I think over the years they sort of would appreciate that.
yeah.
And then they probably thought, mm. So I was really wrapped, like, got the Congo medal, like, done for Cyprus and that.
Now,
Really
so how
wrapped.
many years are you married? You married Mary in 1968. So how many years is that you're married?
Well, over 50, I think.
You're lucky. You better get that right. Yeah. How do you know Mary? Tell her she should get less for murder
No, no,
than.
yeah, no, yeah, I know. I mean, that as well. She said, it's a good job I'm not telling my story.
That'll be a long story.
Yeah,
Oh.
about me. Yeah. Mm.
I want to go into a little bit more. Is when you're going to write your book and your memoirs.
That's it. This is it here. This is it.
This is it here, is it? Okay.
This is
I
it.
think there's a lot more in there now. Go into anything else that you want to tell us about your life story, and it doesn't matter where it comes from, whether it's start, beginning, whatever. I know the audience want to listen to you. I don't care what it's. Tell us the good, the bad, your ups, down, your downside, your great times. What was the highlights or the downsides of your life, in your opinion?
Well, in my opinion, the upside was actually joining the army. That made all the difference to me. That,
Yeah.
I felt the group of blokes on it. I felt really, connected to something. No, and
Yeah.
very proud to be able to fly to work for no, on the Irish flag.
Yeah.
That meant a lot to me. So that was a that was a big thing in my life. Then the other big thing, I suppose, was coming to Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was two very important upsides.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my opinion. And going to England, no, that was a bit of a. I didn't really enjoy England because,
Yeah.
yeah,
Undecided.
yeah,
Yeah.
I just couldn't settle there.
Well, all I can say is, Joe, is you're an amazing man, and I love your story. And I just want to go back a little bit. Is tell me what it was like working with, because we used to get them all the time, Mr. Whippy, when you used to
Oh,
drive the
yeah, yeah,
van.
yeah.
And tell me if you've got any couple of characters within there or any stories on that one before we finish up.
Yeah, well, that was Whippy, and remember these blokes that on the main sewer line, and so it's this other chap and me were connected up to the house, like, and I hadn't
Yeah.
done it. I hadn't done it before, and so they had this trench going up to this other house, and so you couldn't put the pipe straight because there's a bit of a kink in the trench, and so then the engineer come. That's not right, and then the foreman come and said, he said they want or the concrete said for the pipe box that you do. And I just couldn't work it out, like really. Then you're supposed to dig the middle part, the high part out, then have it run up
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
So it's probably spent I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 months there. That was about time. I think about time. I think I move on. I might get the sack, like, Yeah, yeah. And then I was going to join the police force in England. There was,
Oh,
and
wow.
yeah. So down to London, like, that, and went for that. And well, this bloke was looking at him out, and I sort of tracked my jaw a bit. I said, "You got very careful with that. You said you make it lockjaw, like, and I wasn't accepted. So there you were. Yeah.
And why did you want to go into the police force?
thought it might be something that be a permanent job, like that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just something to do, just something different. Mm. That didn't
Yeah,
work
and
out.
you seem to be, I think it was to help people as well, because you seem to be what you've done, your service, even in the army, and what you've done in your traveling. And I'm delighted. And you only live local to me, which we only realized before
Yeah,
we
only 5 minutes.
started this. And I want to
Only
shout
five
out
minutes
to
away. Mm.
Patrick Brazil,
Yeah,
that introduced and contacted me, and do a shout out in West Campion, especially
yeah,
from the Irish United Ex Services Association of
yeah,
Australia.
yeah,
And they put us in contact, Patrick. So I am going to catch up with you and Mary
yeah.
for a nice
Lovely. Yeah,
cup of tea or a nice
yeah,
glass of wine in my case.
yeah. Be
And
lovely.
we'll
Yeah.
catch up. Now, is there any message you want to send out to anyone, and especially in the army, about your life, or any recruits going into it? How do you take it?
Well, I think if you're recruiting to join the army, you won't regret it. You
Yeah,
won't regret
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Mm. That's just my.
It's the
That's my.
same at the police force, isn't it? Yeah, we've
Yeah. So yeah,
done a lot. I've done a lot with.
you do what you're told.
It's
Say
the
yes or
same.
no. Just say yes or no, sir. That's it.
Yeah, I'm
Do what
not
you're
really
told.
built like that. I grew up on the current camp, but
Yeah.
Joe, I wasn't very good at taking orders. That's why I never went into the army. I chose
Why?
my own.
Maybe you're wise.
I think maybe, but again, as you
Mm.
explained there in your story, very
Yeah.
good, and you learned a lot from it. Joe,
Yeah.
we're just out of time, and I can't thank you enough for coming on the
So
show. I really enjoyed that. I'm sorry we couldn't go longer, but thank you for coming on, Joe.
pleasure, Marty. Yeah, pleasure. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to our listeners here in Australia, New Zealand, and all over the world. And we will follow us on Moral Injury International or Life Stories at Marty. And you can view this podcast or listen to it on Spotify on your audio. So thank you. Joe, good night.
We'll
Or
catch
good
up, Marty. Okay.
afternoon in our
Thank you.
case.
Thank you. Okay. Bye, Marty.
Cheerio. Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.